Humble Narcissist Podcast, episode 11.
We are back to talk more Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy. We left off at
7.
We finished 7.
Well, the remake.
Well, what more is there with the 7 remake?
No,
we already did the remake.
That's what we left off at.
Oh.
Jeez.
So then that means we are on 8. So
I like 8. 8 is the one I grew up with. Like, that's the one. I know 7 was your jam. 8 was mine.
Well, 8, I will say, arguably, before we get into like the story details, had the best side game, which is the card game. Mm-hmm. Tetramaster was my all-time favorite. Up until they did the random rule where like you couldn't pick what cards.
Is that what the card game was called? Tetramaster? I thought that was 9.
Or Triple Triad was 8.
Triple Triad was 8.
Triple Triad was 8,
yeah,
which...
motherfucker.
30 seconds, Dillon. I'm going to have to cut that now.
Oh, I'm sorry, mother trucker.
Thank you. I worked with a girl, side story. She would sit there, and whenever she would want to say mother effer, she'd scream mother trucker, and she would do it while there were customers there. And all of us were like, they know what you mean. Like,
no, they don't. They are stupid.
I mean, it is Indiana, so they are kind of stupid.
There are mother trucks out there.
There are. But 8 is about, you play Squall, the protagonist, who's dark and brooding like most of them.
And an orphan.
They're all orphans in this one, except Renoa. Renoa is not an orphan, but he grows up in Baumgarten, or Belam, whatever you want to call it, where they train these people to be mercenaries and fight, and they find out that it's so that they can take on the sorceress.
Yes.
And so it's like a story about love and going through time to fight Ultimecia, the time sorceress.
What do you think about the magic system?
I hate the magic system.
It's so silly, isn't it? How you have to draw the magic out?
Yes. You have to draw the magic from the monsters, which is really frustrating and drives me insane. Then you can allocate them to stats to make them stronger, but then if you cast that spell, then you have to go draw it again. Otherwise, it lowers your stats.
Hence you don't cast the magic.
Right. Once you figure that out, it's very easy to play and beat. But then, like, the monsters will scale to your level, which is nice, depending on like which monster you go up against. I
like the summon system. I like how you learn stuff through that. I just don't like the magic.
Do you know what one of my favorite parts in that entire game is?
What?
So at the end of disc 1, when you first meet Ida, or Adia, however people want to say it.
Medea. Tyler Perry's Final Fantasy.
Yes. Medea is there, and she gets, like, when you think that you've beat her, she does her limit, which is Ice Strike, and she launches it at Squall, who's the protagonist, and it pierces him. That's my favorite part, because I hope that he's dead. But he's never dead.
He's not dead. He's emo. Emo never dies.
Oh my gosh. He is... Like, I
love the meme where it's like, you are so handsome, and it's that.
Yes, the terrible, like, 98 graphics.
And he looks ugly as hell.
I hate his story, because his story is that he's sitting there crying the whole time about how he's alone and he's an orphan. While meanwhile, he has, like, 6 friends with him who's like, we're your best friends, let's do stuff.
Jump his bones.
Yeah, a teacher that's hot and wants to jump his bones and uses whip. She's into BDSM.
And she's a blue mage. What more can you ask for?
Right.
I love blue mages.
But yet he's like, oh, nobody likes me. Really, dude? Really? You have more friends than I do, and I'm not that emo. I got
Maybe you
one.
should be.
Maybe I should
That's
be.
what you should go for. It's Halloween. The Squall meme. Just get something to pixelate your face.
I do know people with a 3D printer, so we can work on that. 8 was... It was good. Like,
it's what I grew up with. I think that's why I liked it.
I would always sit there and use the people that I didn't want to use in the end through the beginning until I got the Cactar summon, which is an adorable cactus, because he got strength bonus, vitality bonus, magic bonus, and something else. And what I would do is, like, Quistis, the teacher that wants to jump Squall's bones, she would be like level 13, and I would give her all of that so that as she levels each time, her stats go up. So she, Selfie, and Irvine always have like maxed out stats.
Oh, nice.
You got to play it smart. Use the people you don't like that dumbass Renoa and Zell.
I know, Renoa shoots her dog.
Renoa
He would have an issue with her.
I am surprised nobody has said anything about that from PETA, because she legit, her pinwheel, dog jumps on her arm and she launches it like a cannon. But nobody had a problem with that.
Maybe he's like Finn.
Just stupid.
Evil. Maybe he's evil.
There's there's also the part where you go to the moon. I loved that part.
You go to the moon in almost every Final Fantasy.
Nuh-uh, just 4 and 8.
It feels like it.
But like in 8, when you go, Renoa like tries to free Adele, which is not the singer, another sorceress that they say is a sorceress, even though it has pecs and is a dude.
Like, hello from the others.
Well, I mean, she/he was locked up in space. But
that's how she got skinny.
But then Renoa gets stuck in space, and quite honestly, I would have left her ass there because she got on my nerves too.
Right. But that that cinematic moment in the opening sequence of them running through the field, it would be great if Renoa tripped and triggered her gun thingy and it sliced Squall's head off.
That would have only done a certain amount of damage. He would have been fine.
Maybe that's how he got his scar.
No, it was Cypher.
I know.
$1 million question for you though. Mm-hmm. Did you beat it?
No.
Really?
I think I made it to the second disc.
There's 3.
Okay.
So you're not even halfway.
Well, if I made it to the second disc, that means I'm partially...
A third?
I'm almost there. I don't remember where in the second disc.
This is really
my
upsetting.
Switch is in my car. I can't show proof. I did restart it though because I've been missing out on something to play lately because I don't know what to play.
Play 8.
I know, that's what I started doing.
You literally sat here and said, that was my jam. I love that game. I haven't even made it halfway through the game.
Pretty much. I can say that for 7, 8, 9. I almost beat 9. Almost. I legit got... We'll get there.
Yeah.
I beat 10. I actually beat 10.
Well, 10 was easy.
Dodging fucking lightning bolts is not fucking easy.
Did you actually do that?
Yes.
We'll get to that.
But I'm working on 11. 12, no.
Well, we'll get back to these questions on if you beat them or not.
I can probably count on one hand how many I've beaten.
I'm going to end every segment of these with, did you beat it?
And the answer is probably no.
Well, that's because I want to shame you.
Thank you.
You should have beaten these by now.
Probably.
This game came out in 98 and you haven't beat it.
My ADD has gotten the best of me.
Everybody's a little ADD.
I know, but I can't focus.
Focus on me.
So anything else on 8?
I will say that it has my favorite version of Leviathan. Mm-hmm. Leviathan's my favorite in that.
Cool.
The summons, I think, are really where the game shined.
Yes, I agree.
Because in the beginning of the game, the only way to really fight is to use the summons. Siren sucked.
I know she does. I think Shiva looked better in a different Final Fantasy, but I like Shiva in this one. Better than, is it 5 or 6 where it looks like she has the spiky hair?
Oh, I think that was 3. But 8, that's my favorite Shiva. I think she looks the best in 8. I like 10
Shiva.
The weird, Angelina Jolie one?
Yeah.
Tomb Raider?
I think she looks prettier. 13's Shiva's kind of different. The twins?
Oh, that's just weird.
I know.
Anyway,
we'll get there soon enough.
We are going to take a quick break, and then we will be back to talk about one of, my favorite Final Fantasy, which is Final Fantasy IX.
It's actually one of my favorite, too. For a whole different reason.
Okay.
Anyways, we'll be back.
And we
are back.
Yeah. So let's get into Final Fantasy IX. So I'm going to let you start this out. How do you feel about it? And I want you to explain the story too.
Okay. I can actually explain most of the story.
Yeah.
So, Zidane is a thief, and he's with a troop of people who are trying to steal the princess, right?
Yes, yes, he is.
He's an orphan.
Yes, he is.
So they go into Alexandria, where the fat mean queen has her, like, she's the evil stepmother.
We'll call her Heather Gay.
And Garnet is the princess. And so it, like, the beginning alternates between Vivi and Zidane, where Vivi is this cute little black mage dude who
But
is
describe the story, though.
I am.
Okay, continue.
Well, they're trying, honestly, isn't it? They're trying to get rid of all the summoners.
No.
No. Hey, I've at least gotten to the part where I got the whale whisker and I went to Zidane's hometown.
Wow.
That's far into the game, isn't it?
It's about halfway.
It's more than halfway.
So what he is missing is, so you play Zidane, who you find out is from a different world, which is, you have Gaia, which is the world that you are on. Mm-hmm. And then I forget the name of the other world. I want to say that it's Terra, but I think I am wrong.
Sounds familiar, but who am I to say anything, right?
So the souls that die from Gaia go and feed the other world, but the other world is dying. So Zidane was sent there to collect souls. But the story is primarily about it starts out where you are in Alexandria and you learn that they are warring with the other nations and they are basically cheating, coming out with black mages to try to win. Mm-hmm. So then you go on this journey to try to save the world.
Yeah, pretty much.
Stop the evil queen, who we refer to as Heather Gay.
Oh, she gets stopped. Bahamut blows up in her face.
He does blow up in her face, and that is the king of all dragons. Mm-hmm. So what are your high points with 9?
I like the battle system. I like how you learn your abilities is through the gear, because I like that from Tactics.
Yeah.
So I like the characters. I think I like them all, but Amrit's just kind of meh. He looks like a fungus.
He looks like a rag doll to me. He looks like Raggedy Ann.
But I like the story. That's one I wish they would remake.
I agree. I think that one would deserve a wonderful remake. Though my highs on that is going to be definitely the story, due to the fact
graphics.
That, yes, it's kind of like anime-ish and like cartoon world, and I enjoy that. There's one of the big highs for me is they have the summons in there, and you have 2 different types of summoners, and you can use them both. The characters, each one has their own story, their backstories. You get attached to each of them. Like, I'm attached to Quina, who has the backstory of just wanting to eat all the time, and I'm fat, and that really
it kind of
resonated with me. Like, whenever I go to new places, all I care about is the food.
Right? That's the best part.
But like, so he mentioned the summoners, and you learn that the village of summoners was destroyed because they wanted to get the summons and take control of them. Mm-hmm. So in a sense, yes, they did kill the summoners, but they didn't just do it to do it. They just wanted to control the summons. Mm-hmm. But you meet Vivi, who is a little black mage, and he learns that
he's honestly probably one of my favorite Final Fantasy characters of all time.
I know you have shirts and stuff up.
I know my phone background.
Oh, you are a nerd. His phone background is Vivi. But so Vivi, you learn he might possibly die soon because regular black mages only live for a certain amount of time, but he is one of the originals, so he lives for a longer time. The battle system, that was nice. They do, though, not to get off topic from the battle system, but the battle system's nice. It's the typical like ATB turn-based battle system. Though Garnet, what I hate about her is that she has that moment where after her mother dies, Heather Gay, the fat queen, she sits there and she cuts her hair off to be like, I'm
Dagger.
Well, Dagger was first, but she cuts her hair off because she's like, now I'm the queen. And it's like, really, girl? Like, you don't need to give yourself a Karen Bob to say that you're in charge.
Like full focus to her ass crack. Because
oh my
that
gosh!
She's wearing gives her major camel toe.
Oh yeah! Every time when the camera goes by, you can see her ass crack in this orange jumpsuit, and that's why Dillon used to always lovingly refer to her as Princess Ass Crack.
Yep.
So. I always kicked her out of my group. I did not really care for her. And then there was that moment where it's just like, she can't concentrate. So then she loses an action. And I just thought, what a waste. Mm-hmm. She is such a waste of space.
And then she randomly sings.
Oh, yeah. Just starts singing. Well, it's the song that her real mom sang to her because Heather Gay is not her real mom.
Uh-huh.
And that was the song of the summoners because she is a summoner. But then all summoners have horns. And
she doesn't have a horn.
They cut it off.
Yeah, they like lop that thing off.
Yeah, and Eco's like, "Where's your horn, bitch?" And she's like, "I don't know."
Oh my god! And then Eco, she's all up in Zidane stuff.
I know, and she's like 6, and like she's trying to get with this 18-year-old. It's freaking, that part's weird.
That is weird.
But I do enjoy her personality after she gets over that. Because she becomes real BA.
Yeah, because she is.
It's sad that the 6-year-old is a cooler character than the princess who just wants to like.
Isn't that
cry.
typically how it goes though?
Well, to be fair, Eco has been alone her whole life. She was just with Mughals because she's actually in the Summoner village that was destroyed. She's the last one, or so she thought. It has 9, changing gears, has my favorite side quest of any Final Fantasy, which is the Chocobo Hot and Cold, where you dig around.
I hate it.
I don't know why you hate it. So you ride the Chocobo, which is a giant chicken. You run around and you dig up items. That's fun for me.
It's terrible.
And if you get 8 within the minute, then you get a bunch of points that you can trade for awesome items.
It's terrible because I suck at it.
Well, quit sucking.
Hey, I at least got through all of the chocographs on my one playthrough on my PlayStation.
We'll see. And then so now you have all of some of the best stuff because you get like the best stuff through that.
Exactly.
So you should be able to beat it. So you have answered the question of this where you have not beaten this game.
I have not beaten
What is your reasoning?
ADD.
Did you make it to Memoria, the final area?
I don't remember.
Did you...
I remember everyone leaving Zidane's place, and then there's someone who was like dying or something.
What?
I don't remember. It's been a hot minute. Kuja was there.
Kuja's the villain.
I'll have to get on my PlayStation and find it.
Gosh. So, Kuja is one of the most feminine male villains I have ever seen.
Oh, he's sassy.
He's sassy, chow. When it first came out in like 99, yeah, he looked like Jessica Biel to me in the cutscenes. That's who I thought he was.
The seventh heaven.
Seventh heaven. But then he like rides around on this dragon. And you know what? You talk about a boss move. He stole Odin from the queen. And then, or no, he steals the summons from Princess Garnet.
Yeah.
And then uses them to like destroy all the surrounding nations.
Yeah.
Like he summons Odin to blow up the Tree Nation, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And then he helped Heather Gay / the Fat Queen blow up Limblum with Artemis, who's gravity, and he just like absorbs everything in because he's the gates of hell. He was BA. And then he got real sassy, chow, when the queen was like, I'm going to use Bahamut to kill you, Kuja. And he's like, joke's on you, girlfriend.
And then Bahamut kills her instead.
He took control of Bahamut and had him blow her up.
Those were the good old days.
Those were the good old days. And I love... So there's... Speaking of when she gets blown up, that's one of my favorite scenes is when Eco and Garnet run down the tree and they see Leviathan's statue. And Garnet's like, I can't save my mom with this summon. And Zidane's like, why? Isn't it a great summon? And she's like, it is great. And then they're like, but why can't you save your mom? She's on a ship in the ocean. And Eco's like, well, Leviathan destroys his enemies with a tidal wave. So can't really use him here.
Right.
So what are some more thoughts that you have on 9?
It's one of those I really want to beat, but like it gets to the point, then I have to start all over because it's been so long.
And you don't remember the story?
Yes.
That's sad.
Like, I remember the story, but I don't remember the story, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
I always know to always steal from the monster.
Every time.
Every time.
And especially the bosses, because if you can get the good stuff, then that's how you get the best items. Zidane is the only one that can steal, though. I do like that each one has like their own designated job, basically, like what they can do, and then the others can't.
Yes.
But 9, it'll always be my favorite.
What would you rank it out of 10? Like, what out of 10 would you rank it?
1 out of 10, like on a Final Fantasy scale, I would give that one a 10.
Okay.
9 gets a 10 from me. What about you?
I could agree. About 9.5, 10.
That being said, since we both just gave it 10, we're going to talk about 10 when we get back.
You loser.
I feel like that's a great segue.
We are back. Talking about Final Fantasy X.
10. That was the first one that came out on the PS2.
Did they teach you how to laugh?
Oh my god. We'll get to that. So 10 is a story of Tidus, who he was born in Xanarkand, and he is the star blitzball, which is like soccer but in a water sphere. He's the star player, and he ends up in Xanarkand, where he meets Yuna and friends, and they go on a pilgrimage to kill Sin.
Comes after Tidus while he's playing blitzball.
Yeah.
I remember that part.
So Sin is a giant whale-like creature that goes around and just destroys everything.
So Steven, pretty much.
I could agree with that statement. I destroy everything, and I am kind of whale-like. But Yuna is on a pilgrimage to stop Sin. She goes around and gets the summons by merging with the faithful.
And what happens at the end of this pilgrimage?
She dies, but Tidus doesn't know that. So you sit there and you go on the pilgrimage, try to get the summons.
There's racism in it.
There's racism. There is crazy religious factors in there.
Yeah.
Yes, because you find out that the whole world is revolving around death, and people who die are supposed to go to the far plane, but some of them do not go to the far plane because
Yuna shakes her goodies so they can go to the far plane.
Yuna dances when people die because she is sick.
It's like she dances in a pool of blood.
She kind of does. So
But it looks pretty when she does it.
then she learns that like all of the leaders are pretty much dead and still like governing the world, so she's got to try to stop that. It's really weird, but it's like a religious cult.
An arranged marriage
To a dead guy
in the ugliest wedding dress ever.
Yes, I love that scene though. But
Yes.
so let's get into this, because 10 has one of my favorite characters in it as well, which is Lulu. She is the, I'm just going to say it, slutty black mage, because she has her titties just hanging out.
Yeah, it's because the belts push them up.
But she looks fierce, and her weapon is a voodoo doll, and I enjoy that because she has the Moogle and the Cactar, and then you can also get
And the
Poo Poo the
Moomba.
alien. She does have the Moomba, but you can also get Poo Poo the alien. So they go on this pilgrimage, and it cracks me up because the whole time Tidus is like, let's go to Xanarkand together, Yuna. Let's go. And she's like,
yeah, sure.
I love to go, not knowing that she's gonna die there.
Yeah, that's where that's where she ends up, so she can die.
Yeah, that's the final place of the pilgrimage, and then she does the final summoning to defeat Sin, and then she dies.
Yep.
So then they try to come up with a way to save her, and they end up doing so by going inside of Sin, and they learn of Yu Yevon, who is the reason why.
That's a little incestuous.
Well, whatever. They learn that that's the reason why Sin keeps coming back is Yu Yevon. So then they go inside of Sin to try to kill Yu Yevon to stop him from ever coming
So
back.
Tidus goes inside his daddy.
Because
his daddy is Sin.
You find out that the final summon, whoever the faith was, that is who becomes Sin. So, yes, Tidus/Tidus's dad is Sin. So Titus does technically go inside of his dad.
But it's one of those like romantic love stories because you have
With his
Titus
dad?
Yes.
Because that's the way that it sounded, Dillon. He's just sleeping with his dad.
No, his dad just kept his pimp hand strong.
He does have daddy issues throughout the whole game, that is
But
for
who
sure.
doesn't?
My favorite summon that she gets is Ixion the Thunder Pony, because I always think, my little pony, my little pony. And like, she just massacres people with her summons, because the summons in this one are really good too.
Yeah, they are. Like 8 and 9-ish.
No, I would
but
say
8
10.
and 10.
Yeah,
I think
those are the
best
two that,
summons.
yeah. So
Except for the remakes.
she ends up trying to unite the world by having
Dancing.
not just dancing like a stripper, but
She's getting her coins.
they should have paid her for doing that.
You think?
You want your loved ones to turn into monsters? You want their souls to be monsters?
The
No.
little children dancing around their parents' dead bodies. Here's a quarter.
Give me $1 and I'll send them to the far plane.
If not, they go to hell.
If not, mommy and daddy's souls might wake up and come kill you in your sleep.
Yes.
But she goes on her... God dang it, Dillon. You got me to lose my whole train of thought
They
again.
go on her pilgrimage.
No, what was I saying before that?
I don't know. Talking about her dancing for her dollars.
Oh, she ends up trying to unite the world by, like this maester that's what they call their leaders. Seymour says that he wants to marry her to unite her and his people, the Guado. And the Guado hate the Ronsos, which are the cat people, hence the racism.
I was talking about the racism with the Albed.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The Albed is like banished to a desert island. If you are an Albed, everybody hates your guts because you use Machina.
Well, brother is creepy.
Well, brother's creepy because he wants to bone Yuna,
Yeah,
who you
I
find
really
out is
like
his
Riku.
cousin. Riku's cool. She's not trying to sleep with her cousin.
No.
But brother sure is. It's weird that his name is brother, though.
It's because Yuna's name is sister.
Shut up. So the Guado go and they attack the Albed, and you have Waka, who is a part of your team, who is constantly bashing the Albed because of
he
who they
hates them.
are. He hates the Albed
Because they killed his brother.
well, no, they didn't technically kill him. They just gave him a weapon, and then he died on his own.
Oh,
but
it's one of those things where he's mad that the people killed someone with a gun, not
Yeah.
the gun killing them.
yep. So he sits there. He's just bashing the Albed throughout the whole time, and it's because they're not a part of his religion.
Bright side, you can collect books and learn what they're saying. It's like Rosetta Stone.
You get Rosetta Stone for the Albed because they do speak another language. You get
I can't speak that second language.
no, I've never found them all either, and I gave up trying because I just don't care. I don't really. That sounds terrible. And Yuna, she gets married to Seymour, though. Then she wipes.
She doesn't really go through with it, does she?
She does, because they do the kiss and everything. So they're technically married. But then you find out that she just wanted to send him to the far plane because he's dead.
And he's rich, and then she'd be rich.
Well, I don't think that she's welcome in his hometown because she killed him.
Well, if she didn't sign the prenup, she gets everything.
She'd probably still have to go and sell the castle.
She could send them too.
Who's she gonna? Oh, she's just gonna send everybody.
Yeah, she's gonna.
They
go
have
down
to be
there,
dead
lock
first.
And kill.
There is so walk and kill. So you end up. There is a amazing mini game in it that Dillon loves, where to get Lulu's best weapon, you have to dodge 200 lightning bolts.
I did it too
in a row, and if you get hit, it starts over.
Yes, it took me like 4 hours.
I'm surprised that you were able to pull it off.
Yeah, I got it, motherfucker. I think that's the only one I've done.
Well, the only one that I haven't done on there is there's a mini game where you have to ride the chocobo and get a time of 0 by collecting enough balloons. Never did that.
I don't like the Blitzball minigame.
You don't like Blitzball?
Nope, I don't do sports. Do I look like I do sports?
I can do the sports on that game. I was good at it. All you need to do, so with Blitzball, which is again the soccer underwater, you just need the right players. And the people that you start out with, the Besaid Aurochs, suck. Yeah. So you need to...
It's because they hate the Albeds.
You need to fire all of them and replace them with good players. Like in...
Do you fire Waka?
Yeah, I fired Waka. Wow. Well, you can't fire Waka because...
He's in your party.
You can't fire him because he retires. And then you can get him back on the airship, but I never got him back because I didn't like him.
Okay.
I didn't like Waka.
Wouldn't it have been cool if like you could use like people from your team like Kamari or Riku in Blitzball?
In 10-2, you can.
We haven't got there yet.
But I'm just saying.
I suck at the Blitzball, so I don't play it.
So then you never maxed out Waka's weapon.
Do I look like I maxed out Waka's weapon?
No, because I'm shocked that you even beat this one.
I did beat this one. Because come to find out, spoiler alert, Titus dies.
Well, it's because he's just a dream of the faith. And so when they don't have to dream anymore because Sin is dead, Titus disappears.
So instead of Yuna dying, she's like, I save myself. I choose myself. The dick.
I love me. She did save herself, but they all contributed. They all helped her.
Yeah, they all took a dagger to Titus's heart.
Yeah, he's gone, which leads us into
ha, ha,
oh, there's a scene in Luca where she's like she goes, you just have to laugh.
So it's kind
smile.
of like that scene in Titanic where they're spitting off the boat.
Yes.
But instead of spitting, Titus is teaching her how to laugh because she's emo and has no friends.
Well, to be fair,
everyone around her dies.
No, to be fair, she's on a trip where she knows she's going to be dead in the end.
She's like the Grim Reaper. So everywhere she goes, death follows.
Why should she be smiling all the time where it's like, I got to die for these people?
So he teaches her how to laugh. It's that ha ha ha.
Ha 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 ha.
Yep.
Sometimes when my husband thinks that he's being funny, I'll do that in the car. And he'll be like, stop. But yes, that is a great scene. But Titus is gone in the very end. Mm-hmm. Titus.
We killed his daddy.
We did kill his daddy. So he was reunited with his daddy. Mm-hmm. So that will lead us into 10-2. 10-2 is the story of Yuna.
And it has one of the best opening sequences, I think.
Oh, yeah.
In all of the games.
Yuna puts on a concert.
Yes.
And it's so much fun.
And it's an actual song.
Yes. I have it on my phone.
Because it's what?
Real emotion.
Yes.
So this one is about she is taking back her power as a woman and she now uses guns.
Mm-hmm. It's the Me Too
as
movement.
Strong women do. So she
when Sin grabbed her by the pussy.
Sin grabbed her by the pussy and she said,
took Titus out.
Never again, and went and bought 2 guns.
Yes.
So
became a gunner.
She's now a treasure hunter going around with her girls. It's just her and her girlies, and they.
What I don't like is that one of her girlies is not Lulu.
One of her girlies is just like a carbon copy of Lulu.
I know,
just like with a sword.
Stupid.
So
Lulu popped out a baby that has like pube hair. She could have left it with the daddy, which is Waka.
And the new one's name is Pain. Like,
yes.
What the hell? And every time I would see her on there, all I would think of is Pain and Panic from Hercules. But she's also emo. The best part about the game, though, other than like the battle system, which is
I love the job system.
Yes.
It's like Sailor Moon.
It is Sailor Moon. You can transform in the middle of a fight, and it's like Sailor Moon. They just twirl.
And you're just like, I want to be a beautiful songstress.
And she turns into a beautiful songstress.
The only job I wish they would have given them would have been summoner. You know how cool that would have been?
That would make no sense.
Why?
Because she sent all of the summons at the end of 10, so they couldn't do them anymore.
So she has to get them again to beat the bad guy at the end.
Well, she has to fight the summons in this one.
Exactly. That's how she gets them.
She ends up finding a sphere where it's this person that looks like Titus.
I kind of want to play 10-2 again.
Oh, I love 10-2.
Fun.
But she sees a sphere and she goes on this journey to try to find a way to bring Titus back. Mm-hmm. But along the way, she learns that wasn't really Titus. It was Shu Yin. And Shu Yin wanted to destroy the world for his girl, Lena. That's a good man.
Because they look alike.
They look just alike. That's
It's
the whole
Titus.
story. It's supposed to be like them in past lives. Well, it could just be Titus/Titus. But anyway, I digress. The job system on there is the best part. The only sad thing is that if you miss one certain thing, you can miss one of the jobs.
Which job?
Trainer.
Okay.
That is my favorite job. And then if you miss anything, you miss mascot, because mascot is my favorite one, which makes me seem like a furry because they wear mascot outfits. I am not. And then they beat people up in these mascot outfits. But the way that you get it is that you have to have the completed story in every single area. So if you miss something,
I like the new jobs that they added in the remake.
the festivalist and the psychic.
Yeah. Those are fun.
They are. I actually cleared it with 100%. So whenever I play, I do New Game Plus so that I can have all of the jobs and just do what I want.
Exactly.
You can also, in the remake, well, it's not really a remake one, but the newer ones that they've done, you can replace party members with monsters.
Nice.
And then once you beat it, you can get past characters. Like you can get Lulu, Waka, all of them, and put them in your group.
Oh, nice.
And that way they just fight. Like Lulu does Fury, and she'll cast a spell 4 times. So that's what I've been doing. Like I have LeBlanc.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I love it. So 10-2, no offense to the 7 remake, but 10-2 really holds a special place in my heart. It's probably because I am what you would call a homosexual. That too. I wish that you could get a job like LeBlanc's because she uses the fan. And that is my favorite weapon in these games.
When you become the gambler, whatever it's called.
It's similar, but no, I want the fans.
I know.
Instead, it's the Lady Lux in that game. So anything else you want to say about 10 and 10-2?
I think we're good. We can go straight into 11.
11 will probably take a while.
Unfortunately.
Are you ready for this?
Mentally, no.
We'll take a quick break, and when we get back, we will talk about Final Fantasy 11.
Woo woo. We are back.
Yes! Final Fantasy XI, the first MMORPG of Square Enix. So, I'll let you start this out.
Well, growing up, the only thing I remembered was sitting there watching you play it all the time because I couldn't because I was poor.
Well, it had a monthly subscription of $14, and I played it from the ages of 13 until today. I'm still playing it, but now on a private server
where it's free.
Where it is free.
Great.
It is really great because
I get to play it this time because it's free and I'm poor.
So I love 11 a lot because it wasn't one of those MMORPGs that we have nowadays where like you get dropped into this world.
RuneScape or World of Warcraft.
No, like those are fine. I don't like not to jump ahead, 14, for example.
Yeah.
You get dropped in this world and it's hand holding immediately. It tells you where you need to go, who you need to talk to.
11 is just like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Find your own way.
11's like, welcome to the world, bitch. Do what you want.
And you
figure
know what
it
my
out.
best friend is? Google.
Google is the best. There's a wiki page for it, and that will help you with everything. We play that still today. Every job plays different. You start out as warrior, monk, thief, white mage, red mage, or black mage. You can pick.
And then you have to do like your sub job quest.
You got to make money. You can get a sub job where
I sold feet pics.
Shut up. He used to play lady characters and trick nerdy men into giving him money.
If they wanted to give me money because I played stupid, what's the problem? I didn't do anything for it. I made you do that.
True. Teenage. So you got to go make your money so that you can go buy all your spells, all your items, your equipment. It's a very unforgiving game. Like, If you
suck, you suck.
Oh yeah, if you suck, you suck. There's no forgiveness there. Every job is different. You start out with those original 6, and then once you hit level 30, you can go get new jobs, which are the advanced job classes. Like my favorite, Summoner. You have Beastmaster, where you control monsters and have them fight each other. A lot of people like the White Knight Paladin.
I love the Blue Mage.
Blue Mage, where you learn monster
Puppet
skills.
Master.
Puppet Masters, you have a weird little puppet that follows you around. On retail nowadays, you have the issue where they've made everything so
Easy to do.
because
Because like the level cap is what, 99 now?
it's 99,
I
but
got to 99 when I went to retail in like a week.
my biggest issue with it is that originally, because it didn't hold any hands, you had to make friends.
Yes.
Otherwise, you couldn't get anything done. And then retail now
That's
is
the
so
only
geared
good part of
towards
it.
It is that you can do everything by yourself
With your imaginary friends, the trust.
So original retail is my preferred one, which is why I play on the private server. Because of the fact that I like that you have to kind of build this community in order to win. Otherwise, I don't see the point of an online game.
Right.
Which is part of my problem with 14.
How is this community going for you at the moment?
I mean, I'm fine with the community. We have good friends on there so far. With 11, you also, with your friends, there's a 3-hour event called Dynamis that you can do.
It's so boring. Dynamis is so boring.
When you first started it, though, you liked it.
And in the beginning, yes. Like the very first one. And then after that, no. It was so boring.
Welcome to MMORPGs. So...
But Sky was fun.
Sky is fun. I like, because in Sky you can go around and you fight the gods. The story's always different depending on which nation you're in. Sandoria, you have the elves. You basically just have to help the royal family not be douches.
I'm Winders. Those are the cats.
And the little people. I'm surprised you're not a little person.
I didn't want to be a little person because if I had pretty gear, I couldn't see it.
You could see your body piece, just not your legs.
Exactly. I wanted to see my legs.
Because you're short and stubby. I just feel like the little person.
If I can't see my legs in real life, I want to see them in the game.
That's okay. That's why I like to play pretty characters, because I'm like, if I'm not pretty for real, I need to at least feel pretty in the game.
Right?
This is my fantasy. So their story is basically just somebody tried to control Fenrir, which is the wolf god. Which is a terrestrial avatar, and Fenrir rebelled and killed them. So
we kill Fenrir almost daily.
Yeah, we do. And then you have Bastok. I've never been that nation, so
Me
I don't
either.
know.
It looks terrible. It's in the desert.
And it's like a mining town, and that seems terrible.
Yeah.
I would rather die. Our little community on there is a lot of fun. They're mean,
but are kind of mean.
They are mean. They are kind of mean, though, which makes it even better. They will sit there and make jokes about everybody together, though sometimes...
Some people take them very seriously.
And they shouldn't. They should
it's not me. I did not tell anyone to kill themselves besides you.
I know. You tell me that all the time.
I know. I do hitting code so the GMs don't yell at me.
Sometimes, even when I'm not on the game, he will just send me a text and be like, hey, what are you doing? And I'll be like, what? And he'll be like, go kill yourself.
Well, yeah, the FBI told me to tell you that. Well, I follow you.
The FBI told you to follow me? Is it so that you can catch me
drinking and driving?
Yeah, drinking and driving. That's a Salt Lake reference. God. So, 11. When they originally released it as 99, you had Abacy, and I was okay with that.
I never played that.
You still needed a few friends. You didn't need a lot of friends, but then they released the trusts, which are basically just you can summon these NPCs. Yeah, they're computer-controlled people. And that's when everything went downhill because you could do everything by yourself. You didn't need any help. So people started quitting and leaving, and then
that's how the free server started.
Yep, because they wanted to go back to the time when you actually had to have friends.
Yeah, and it was fun.
Yeah. So we play that daily. I enjoy that game.
I started gardening.
What a homo.
I've made my money back, bitch.
11, in short, is
a lot of fun, but a lot of headache.
A lot of fun, a lot of headache. You have to make friends on the private servers, or else you won't get anything done. I welcome anybody to come find us on there.
Yeah.
Because we need friends. It's the Horizon server. He's Lucky Legacy because has a faggot name. And I'm Glitz, like glitz and glam.
Who has a faggot name?
I am a homo.
Okay.
I'm a homosexual. Homosexual.
All right. Are we done talking about 11 now that you're a homosexual?
Well, is there anything else that you want to add about 11?
I can't wait till Horizon brings out Blue Mage. It's just around the corner.
Woo, woo.
Uh-huh.
That's not very entertaining, though.
I know. I'm sorry I'm boring.
I mean, you could try a little harder.
I did. Kill yourself.
Anyways, we are going to give a few final thoughts just on like how the week is going, and then we will continue our Final Fantasy discussion next time because it will be a 3-parter.
And everyone's like, yay!
Yay!
The whole 4 viewers.
All 4 viewers are excited.
Well, I hope they like Final Fantasy as much as we do.
Well,
but we will be right back.
We just lost a viewer.
I know.
Shut up. And we're back.
We are back, are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
So something neat that I think our subscribers will enjoy is that Sue wants to come back.
Yeah.
She wants to watch the Natalia documentary.
Thing about the Indiana couple that bought
the orphan. Midget. Yep. Don't say midget.
Bought the little person.
They didn't buy her. They adopted her.
I'm sure there's a rehoming fee.
Oh my God. Anyway, she wants us to watch that together and then we'll comment on it, which I think will be a lot of fun, like interesting and fun. And
it will.
I miss Sue.
Because the movie was really good.
That movie wasn't true though.
It was based off of the story.
Just because it's based doesn't mean that it's true.
Everything is true if it's based off the story.
So something interesting about it that I thought, because I saw the commercial, was that it came out that she was in fact, according to DNA testing and everything, 9 when they got her.
Really?
She was just a little person.
Oh.
So if that's true, then people got some explaining to do.
I don't know if she's really 9 though. I thought she was like 32.
That's what they were accusing her of. But the DNA testing shows that when they originally adopted her,
it's just a baby sitting 9. There sucking on a pacifier. That bitch is 45.
That'd be me to try to get out of parenting. Anyways, you all have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the last few days of January. We're already done with January. That is insane to me.
I know. I can't believe it's already February. That means Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 comes out.
Is it February or March?
At the end of February. It's like February 28th.
Ooh, okay.
Yes.
That'll be exciting. I will live stream that on YouTube then.
Yep.
Or you can if you'd like to sign in and do that.
I don't know how to live stream.
Well, we have a month to teach you.
Oh.
You all have a wonderful time, and thank you for listening. So follow us, like
and subscribe. If you don't like what we're talking about, leave a comment. Tell us what you want us to talk about.
We'll talk about whatever you want.
And I promise I won't tell Steve to kill himself again today.
We're on Patreon. We're on Apple Podcast. We're on Spotify, YouTube. Just like, subscribe, follow us.
Do your thing so we can do our thing. So Angela Bassett can do her thing.
She did that thing. Have a great one.
Have a good one.
Bye.